First of all, as you can see, the product is very similar in looks and appearance. If we go around the machine, you'll see that the dimensions are identical between the wheels, the handlebars, and the bucket. But when we look closer, we will see the differences in the quality, and I will show you why you're wasting your money. This product we bought in last week from an importer into Europe. It's from a company called Nantong Ant Machinery. They call it a garden loader, a BY250, and they've also used the terms Mucktruck. First of all, let's look at the strength and the structure of the bucket. On the genuine Mucktruck, we have a bar which is folded and welded underneath the front lip of the bucket. The garden loader doesn't have this. It has a tendency to rip away here at the front edge lip because it doesn't have the structural strength of a genuine Mucktruck. The garden loader's pins which hold the bucket onto the chassis are 16mm diameter. The Mucktruck's pins are 19mm diameter. With the garden loader parked next to a Mucktruck, you can immediately see the thickness of the steel used to manufacture is considerably thinner than that of a Mucktruck. If I press my hip against the handlebar on the garden loader, you will see there's a considerable amount of flex within the chassis. This is due to the thickness of the steel not being adequate to carry the load of 250 kilos. Let's take a closer look at the handlebars. First of all, the point of contact is the grip. Watch this. Is that what you want to happen on your job site? The handlebars are bolted to the chassis without any surround or support in steel. That means if you twisted the handlebars just gently, it would roll around the bolt. See how the handlebar can just twist around the bolt? The Mucktruck's handlebar is sandwiched between two plates, and then the bolts are put through. That holds the handlebars in position. The engine is a Briggs & Stratton. Mucktruck only uses the Honda commercial grade 5,000 hour engine. It's a GXV. The garden loader gear shifter is 12mm diameter. The Mucktruck gear shifter is 16mm diameter. The gear shifter is so thin, if I just press on it gently, you can see it flexing under the strain. The Mucktruck's gear change lever goes through a grommet, which is a wear plate, and then through a bracket which holds the wear plate in position. This is where the real work takes place, and that's inside the chassis itself. The Chinese copy has a soft alloy engine pulley. The components, they are not painted. There are no sealed bearings, and the clutch arm is held on by a series of nuts. This particular model has had the clutch arm bent in order for it to align from the back to the front pulley to make the drive belt run sequential. The garden loader uses a Barner T2000 transmission. The manufacturers recommend 200 hours use on this transmission, which is the equivalent of about 3 months in a commercial application. Watch the gear shifter arm flex when I go to change gear. That's not going to last 1 week on a construction site. This is the underside of a Mucktruck. A mild steel engine pulley, off the shelf bare-end clutch pulley. The clutch arm is held in position with that machine steel bar reinforced to the chassis. All the components are painted, and the transmission is a Tecumseh Peerless MST 200 heavy duty, as used on 90% of garden tractors, sealed for life. On a Mucktruck, you'll see the gear shifter arm has a bearing going through the chassis. That holds it rigid, and also the gear shifter itself is 16 millimeters diameter, and therefore it doesn't flex. Garden loaders uses a rubber V-belt. Mucktruck uses a dry cotton V-belt. Dry cotton allows the pulley to slide on the belt a lot easier, which gives you a better clutching effect. The garden loader's tires are 2-ply. They're held on via an alloy hub, a thickness of 4 millimeters, and the wheel is held on position by bolts. It's not centralized with lug nuts. The Mucktruck's hubs are 8 millimeters. The Mucktruck has 4-ply tires, and the wheel is held on via lug nuts, which centralize the wheel onto the hub. If somebody tries to tell you this isn't a copy, just watch this.